So I thought today I would show you how I wash dishes in my van. Um, I don't have a lot of dishes. I normally do them as I eat. I do the dishes, or I like after I have my cup of coffee in the morning and my toast, I do the dishes up. So it doesn't really ever get like you have a ton of dishes. And if I did, I'd probably just do a few at a time, because I don't have a big dishpan. It's relatively small. I got it at the dollar store. As you'll know in some of my videos, you'll see I get a lot of things at the dollar store because I try to live on a budget. But anyways, this is how I do dishes in my van. So in order to use the sink, I have to pump up my water container so that it gets pressure. And that's how I do that. And I keep this funnel here because the wastewater I put into my waste container and then I just toss that out. It's just a used laundry soap container, and so when I'm done washing the dishes, then I put my wastewater in there and get rid of it. Okay, so I have my water in my cup so that I can put it through the coffee maker just so that I can have hot water to wash my dishes. Everything in a van, you try to get it to have dual purpose. And so not only do I do my coffee in here, it allows me to have hot water so I can do my dishes. I also use it when I'm making oatmeal or anything that requires water, like ramen noodles. You can just get your water and then use it any way that you need it. Okay, so now the water's in there and we're making hot water so I can wash dishes. And so it'll take just a few minutes to get the water warm. And so I'll bring you back when I'm going to be doing the dishes. Okay, so the water's all done now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the warm water and I'm going to put it in the sink and add a little bit of cold water and then do up the dishes. Okay, so I've got the hot water here and I'm just going to pour it in here over the dishes. And what I use is this Dr. Bronner's Pure Castile soap. So I'm going to put a couple drops of that in there too. And you don't need a lot of this. Actually, you really don't. And then I also, over here, I have my spray bottle with vinegar in it. And I also do use that. Let's add a little bit of cold water. There we go. I don't want to burn my hands. Alright, so then that's what you do. And then you would just wash your dishes up. And it's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but we'll try our best. So that one's done. That one's done. That one's done. And then got the plate. Probably should have gotten out my tripod for this, but that's all right. So then all we got to do now is rinse them off. And so I'll rinse the silverware off. And then that's all set to go. I've got a little towel that I put over here where I'll set my clean silverware and let that dry off a little bit. And then we'll do the same with the plate and with the cup. And then I'll bring it back. Okay, so now I brought out my waste container. This is how I get rid of the water after I've got it this end open up right here, and then I just put my, hopefully I don't spill this all over. That'd be a pain in the butt. But here we go. So then I just pour this in there. And so all the water's out of there. And then I just take the funnel out of there and close this back up. And then when this gets about half full, I usually just take it and, like dump it in a sink. Or it's just gray water, so you don't have to worry about, contamination of the ground. And then here, this is my dishes that are all nice and clean. And I'm just going to get them wiped up and put away. So yeah, that's how I do dishes in my van. It's a lot easier when you don't have to hold a camera, I can tell you that. But so it's not that hard. Yeah, so there's my sink set up. And there's where I put my waste. And this is my water spray so that I have pressurized water. And so yeah, that's how I do it. You may have noticed my silverware when I was doing the dishes. I've had this for a long time and I don't remember where I got it, but what it is, the spoon has these little knobs on it, and then so when you're putting it away, they all nest all together. So then the fork goes next, and then the knife goes on, and then they all stay together so that whenever you need your utensils, they're all in one nice, neat little bundle. I think this probably came with like a camp set. I'm not exactly sure. I just know I've had this forever, and it's really handy because when you're living in your van, you really only need enough silverware for you, unless, like you got a partner, but it's just me. So that's all I need. And I always know that I have a knife and a spoon and a fork all together. And then what I do is I just stick it right up here. And yeah, so it's always right where I need it. On another subject, I've been watching other videos and stuff like that, and I noticed that there's different ways of living in your van. And there's opinions on whether or not if you stay in campsites or campgrounds exclusively, or if you boondock and you don't stay in campsites. Or there's another way, which is mooch docking, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm staying at my daughter's house, but I'm out in my van. I sleep out here. I eat probably at least 50% of my meals out here. I do go in and hang out with her and the girls and Joe, and but I do sleep out here. I cook out here. I do my dishes out here. I do go in and take showers in the house. But so, what's your opinion? Is mooch docking, is that considered living in your van? Leave your comments in the comment section below, just so that we can get I don't know. I think it's living in your van, but everybody has their own way of looking at it. I mean, eventually I will be out there boondock. I have stayed in campsites and stuff like that on the way here, and that also to me was living in a van. I don't know. And boondocking would also be living in a van. I don't have an actual house, so this to me is my home. So anyways, that's my thoughts on the matter. Just wondering what you guys think.